going on? Look, it's snowing. That is good news for me for my upcoming Christmas Eve trip. I'm just out here today at Music Mountain at Eels Preserve, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a day hike and enjoy the snow a little bit. We got more snow coming during the week, it looks like, which I'm okay with. But let's see, it looks like from the radar, the heaviest of the snow is about to start. So of course that's when I come out. So I'm gonna finish getting geared up here, and then we'll hit the trail. It's stuck. So oddly, this is usually the lot that fills up first. And as you can see, I'm the only car here. The lower lot that I park in a lot of times, there's really only room for like 2 cars. It's overflowed. There's cars all over the place down there. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, quid's going up. It's like a real fine snow, and it's going right down the back of my neck. So it'll go up. And the familiar kiosk, they've painted this. Very nice, doing some work there. Love a good snow hike though. Now I'm gonna shoot this video with mostly GoPro I'm using now. But a month and a half ago, I picked up a new phone. I got the Google Pixel 7, and it's got a really good camera, but I've been noticing some issues with the video quality. When I was out at Painter Swamp and Coon Swamp last week, that video, when I was recording it on the screen, looked beautiful. Lots of contrast. Everything really popped out. But I noticed when I was rewatching it, as I edited it, and then when I watched it on the Thursday night premiere, I watched that on the TV. I streamed it to the TV, and it was really washed out. It looked like this. It was really bizarre. And I noticed that there's a default setting on that phone that uses this is rattling around a little bit. Let's see if we can tighten that. That uses 10-bit HDR processing or something like that. And most devices can't process that. So when I watched that video back, actually after I edited it, even on my phone it didn't look as good, because that I didn't process it in 10-bit, and most things aren't using 10-bit HDR processing. So if you don't have an HDR screen, you're never going to see it. So I turn that off, and I'll shoot some of today with the phone, just to see if that does better. But yeah, it was really washed out. I haven't tried fixing it in editing, and it just didn't have the contrast that I really wanted. Wow, look at this. Yeah, this isn't quite that snow squall from earlier in the year. When was it, February? Me and Rocco got caught in that snow squall. This is pretty cool though. There was no snow on the ground as of about 6 o'clock this morning, 5 or 6 this morning. This just started. That's gonna probably warm up during the week, and some of this will melt. But there's more snow forecast for the end of the week, and then long distance forecasts show a little bit of snow at the end of, like, within the next 10 days, not that far. Now if that happens, not, who knows. But this is okay. Even if I have something like this for Christmas, for that hike, I'll be happy. Snow and moving rocks, it's fun. up on the conglomerate loop now, and this will run me into the Stonehenge trail. Look how cool this is. The snowflakes are getting a little bigger. I love when you can hear the snow as it hits the leaves on the trees. That's awesome. A couple videos ago I was talking about the changes I make to my gear in cold weather winter camping and hiking, and one of the things I mentioned was this Columbia jacket I have. I wasn't sure how long I've had this for, so I looked it up. I got this in 2014, so I've had this for 8 years, and it holds up like a champ. This is a great jacket, and I used to love Columbia. This is probably the last piece of good gear I got from them. Their hiking boots, which just turned to garbage. I don't know what happened to this, but this jacket is great. And in the last video I had that orange fleece on. That's the inside to this jacket, so that zips into this as a liner. But today I'm just wearing the shell because it's snowing, and this is kind of weather resistant. I've got my layers on underneath it, so it's one that took a long time to build up as much gear as I have for different situations. But yeah, if you got something where you've got a shell, even just like a rain jacket in weather like this, as long as you've got adequate layers underneath it, you don't need a thick jacket on the outside, just something to keep the snow off you. At the split for the conglomerate loop, now this goes both directions obviously, and then it continues on, so when it gets to the back side of this, it turns into the Stonehenge trail. So it just kind of looks like a split that comes back together, and I've always confused it as such, and then one day I realized, oh, that's a different trail when you get to the back. So if you just want to do the conglomerate loop, you can go in this way and then come out that way, or vice versa. But I think today we'll go, last time I went to the left, today I'll go to the right. Is the snow coming through on the camera? How snowy am I? I love this preserve. It's awesome. The one downside to it is in the winter, because we are right near the highest point in the county. There's nothing else really around us. We're really only probably about, I don't know, probably less than 50 feet in elevation from the highest point in the county. It's out that way. So it's always windy here. Always windy. And in the winter when it's snowing, you get pelted. And I'm walking right into it right now. It's awesome. That's why I'm out here. There's the side of the trail I just came up, and you can see right there is the back side of the loop, and it comes up to here where we then join the Stonehenge trail. So the conglomerate loop would turn and keep going that way. Now we're at Stonehenge. It starts right here. Gonna continue on. Try to keep you guys out of the wind. really frosty in here. It's been warm enough that the trees are still warm. Yeah, everything's still warm, so the snow's just sticking to it. Looks cool, love it. If it snows too much though, there'll be a lot of power outages in the area because that's when all the branches that are about ready to come down in the summer come down, and they always fall right across the power line. So right now I'm right near I think it's called the view loop. Yeah, there it is right there. I'm not going to do the view loop, but I will go straight over to Stonehenge. And the reason why I'm not going to do the view is because more often than not, when I do the view, I wind up wanting to go do the after 5, and the after 5 takes you all the way down to the bottom. And I kind of want to go over Stonehenge. And I always wind up skipping Stonehenge. So we'll keep going, and we'll check out the rock formations in Stonehenge in the snow. Should be pretty cool. Only about a minute down the trail. Where's the other side of the view loop? And right down there, it's about 3/4 of the way around the loop, a quarter from this way, is the after 5 trail. And I always get to there and I'm like, oh, I'll go that way. But today, let's go over here, and you can already see it here. That's not Stonehenge like you'd expect, like in England. It's just some stone features in the trail, but it's pretty cool. And I don't think I've ever come through here in the snow. So, this will be cool to see. That's a big rock. Big boulder. A lot of times the size of these things don't come through in video because you don't really have a frame of reference, but I'm 5'10". It's almost as tall as I am. This one is as tall as I am. That's Stonehenge. Like I said, it's not like a monolithic site or anything, but it's pretty cool. It's really cool in the snow. Snow's lit up a little bit. That's a little disappointing. And out, I'm gonna go follow this up a little bit more. I'm gonna run into the high voltage trail. Once I get out there, I'm gonna check, see what time it is, and then I might go down and do that little loop that I did earlier this year that goes out on that rock ball. That was really cool. That might be cool to see in the snow. See what time it is when I get up here though. out to the high voltage trail. Just came out right here, and it is only 20 after 12. So I gotta go down the trail a little ways to get to that loop, but that's okay. I'll do that. So it's like over that ridge out there in the distance. It's maybe half mile, 3/4 of a mile at the most, so no big deal. So I'll go down there and we'll see what that looks like in the snow. And my first evidence of people in a while, since I got on the Stonehenge trail, I haven't seen any tracks. But now I got a, looks like a fat bike out here. Must have come down that, there's an old access road over there. Must have come down that way, maybe it went up that way. Can't tell which direction they were going. For a second I thought it was cross-country skis, but I saw how it was clearly a tire. I thought this is a lot more stable than it was. It is not, but it's not real deep. So that's just more surprising than anything when it went through. All right, here's the top entrance of that loop, and it turns and it goes up that way and around. But I think I'll go down to the lower entrance first, which is literally 200 feet down. I think I'll go in that way. That's what I did it last time, and it's pretty cool. So, of course, that's gonna put me walking right into the snow coming up through there in the wind, but what can you do? Gone through a few more ice puddles too, walking down here. So here's the lower entrance, just right here. So you don't go real far. So here we go, and it's, yeah, that goes down first as well, but then it turns and goes up. So what I'll do as I do this loop, I'm going to record this with the phone. I've done a few other shots with the phone, but I'll record this whole loop, not continuously, but anything I record here I'll do with the phone. So until further notice, it's all being recorded with the Pixel 7, and we'll see if I've cleared up that weird washout. All right, starting loop. Now, one thing I did also change on the camera is what's called voice enhancer or something like that. I forget what it's called. I'll put it down at the bottom. But it's supposed to take out any background noise and help with even wind, to make voice recording. I need a snack. To make voices stand out more in a video. So we'll see how all that works. On the screen, this looks really good, but we'll see what happens in editing. Oh, here's a good test. So the wind's picking up. So I'll just, we'll see how that voice enhancer works when it's a little windy. It's gorgeous up here. I'm going to imagine that after it warms up a little bit and then it cools off again, this is going to get really, really icy. It looks icy, but it's not yet. Look how gorgeous it is over there. That is awesome. So yeah, this is a really cool spot. It feels like the weather's trying to warm up just a little bit. Like the snow's getting sticky. It was 31 degrees last time I checked. And I know it's supposed to warm up a little bit, but still cold enough to snow. Yep, the snowflakes are getting bigger. That's cool. This is best case scenario for my Christmas trip. I backpacking in the snow. That is fun for me. Let's go. Now, I don't have my grippy stick for this trip for the phone, and I only carry like a small tripod for the GoPro when I'm using that. The snow stuck these shrubs, these blueberries. So I'm just holding this with my hand, and I hope it's turning out as good as it looks on the screen, like it usually does, but I guess we'll see. Awesome. And I like using the phone to record because I can do some things, get a little more zoom control, and I can also take pictures from the video as I'm recording. So as I'm recording, there's like a shutter button up in the top right. What in the heck? That wasn't here last time. What? What the heck? How do I get over that? Right here? That thing legit was not here last time. Is there... I can just bushwhack over to it. Hey, did someone just build a fort out here? That does not look official. And it doesn't look safe at all. Let's see, go through here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my map and see if this is still preserved, because that's private property. I don't want to go over and mess with it. All right, so I'm still clearly in the forest, or not in the forest, in the preserve. Who brought all this lumber up here? Like this thing doesn't look. There's like a pallet. I don't know if I want to climb this or not. Gonna get up there with the phone in my hand. There's a couple chairs, some pallets. I mean, there's a decent view, I would imagine, out that way. I'm not going any higher than this. This thing's not. Just. Ugh. How do I put this? This is a preserve, not state forest. Now hunting is generally allowed in here, but come on, people. This is why we can't have nice things, because people do stuff like this 10 feet from a trail. This is not your private property. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're just nitpicking. People just trying to have a good time. No, man, that is wrong to do on preserved property. Your own property? Cool. State forest? Probably not. Private preserve? Definitely not. Not cool. So there's a little bit of a view developing over there, but the snow's picking back up and it just disappeared. I can faintly see a ridge out there, but it's going away quickly. Last time I was out here, there's a pretty nice view of the valley out there. All you can see is snow, and over there you can see the Amazon building. Right in there. That's nice. So at one with nature, that Amazon building. That does it for that little loop. That was cool. A little weird finding that stand out there, but this is pretty cool in the snow. Snow's picking back up again too. Sweet. You should have snow around Christmas. All those Christmas carols and stuff you hear on the radio make more sense. When it's 50 degrees out and it's like raining, I don't want to hear Christmas carols. All right, so now I'll decide what I'm going to do for the rest of today. I'll get up to the next trail junction, check the time, and see if I want to make a bigger loop or start heading back. But now I'm going to switch back to the GoPro, and we'll see how that phone did. So GoPro it is. All right, back to the GoPro. Back up the hill. Up to the next trail junction. This is the waterfall loop, which will take me out to the White Birches Trail, up past that, all the way up to the Blueberry Trail up on top of the mountain. It's a great hike and I wouldn't mind doing it, but I'm noticing an issue here. It's just warm enough that snow is not staying snow, and my pants are wicking the moisture up. These aren't the pants I usually wear for snow hiking, but I didn't expect them to do that. But they're wicking up the moisture. It's just warm enough. It's like right kissing that freezing mark right now, and so anything that's on my pants, it's just warm enough that it's melting. And there's some spots I gotta walk off a little bit to get around water and some frozen puddles and stuff like that. And it's just hitting the pants, melting, and just wicking right up the pants. And as you can imagine, at about 32 degrees, those wet pants are starting to get cold. And I do not have a base layer pant on underneath them because it's not quite that cold, and I'd be roasting. I'd be sweating if I had base layer pants on. So yeah, I'm just gonna hike up, follow this road back up to the main access road trail, and then just head right back to the car. So we'll see. We'll see if there's anything I see on the way up here. And I'll do my clothes at the vehicle. I've probably got I don't know, a little over 2 miles to get back to the car. Back up to the main trail. Just came up all that. Not too bad. I'll show you something really weird that's happened. I've talked about this in other videos about this Columbia jacket in particular. So I'm moving pretty fast. I try to keep my body temperature up. My legs are I can feel the pants are cold. They're fine, but my legs are fine. But I can feel it's getting cold, and it's wicking up even more. And now the pants are starting to freeze because they're wet and they're getting pelted with the snow. So they're really starting to get a little uncomfortable. But the jacket, if you look at my jacket, you see how it looks, it's wet. And there's some dry, it's a little darker where it's wet. And that's a little bit from the snow and my body heat melting the snow that's on the jacket. But a lot of that is because the jacket is designed, even though it's waterproof, it actually will pull moisture away from your body. So I'm sweating because I'm keeping my body temperature up. I got my hood on, and I'm warm. I'm really warm right now. I'm sweating under my jacket, which generally is a bad thing. I know I'm going back to the car, so I'm okay. I'm not staying out tonight. But the jacket is pulling the sweat through. I got, polyester base layer, which is pulling, it's a wicking material. It's pulling the sweat away from my body. I got a polyester fast dry wicking t-shirt on over that. That's pulling the moisture off of the base layer. My hoodie is mostly polyester. That's pulling the moisture off of the fast wicking shirt. And then my jacket is pulling the moisture off my hoodie, and the jacket is sweating. It's really weird. It's a bizarre thing. When it gets really cold, the jacket will freeze. I gotta brush the ice off of it so it continues to do its job. But it does its job well. I don't know what material they use in this jacket, and after 8 years it still does its job the way it's supposed to. Even with that fleece lining in, the fleece will pull the moisture and feed it to the shell, and the shell will evaporate it. So yes, I'm sweating, my clothes are damp from sweating, but it's not building up. So worst case scenario, if I was camping tonight and something happened where I got sweaty and it was wicking through, if I build a fire, I could easily dry off. Most of the times without even taking any layers off, it would just pull it right through. It's really bizarre, but it's a great winter feature. All right, so back to the phone. My GoPro has an issue where sometimes I got to pull the battery, just like pull it and pop it back in real quick to reset it. And that's happening, but with the snow, I'm not going to open the door and get it wet. So I'm pretty close back to the car. But the snow has really picked up since I've been on this little trail. Really picked up. Look how awesome this is. Look at this. So cool. I got the snow on me. Oh man. I notice a lot of people, when it snows and a snowstorm comes, they hide, go in the house. Like, I'm not going out there. Not this guy. Right out in it I go. And I'm very excited to see how many other footprints are out here. There's been some people out here hiking and enjoying this weather. I know a lot of people don't like the winter. They don't like the snow. But you live in the northern climate. You live in a northern climate. You kind of have to learn to embrace it. Because you're going to get snow. You're going to get winter. And it could keep snowing from now until February. I'd be okay with it. Yeah, I'd be okay if it just kept snowing. Look, these snowflakes are huge. Huge. Wow. It's really snowing. I wish my pants weren't wet. I want to stay out in this. Though I'm a little nervous to see what the road looks like. So this is Music Mountain. The highest point is out there, like I said before. And this is what is like on the edge of what, when I was a kid, they used to call the snow belt. So from this Mount Cobb over to like Moscow, Newfoundland, right along the bottom edge of the lake, or the northern edge of the lake rather. Yeah, we'd always get, if it was going to snow, that's where it was going to happen. That's why I chose to come here, because I knew it was going to snow up here. I might have nothing down at the house. We had a little dusting down there, but I knew there was going to be snow up here. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, well, there's the Jeep. I don't see any other cars out here. So where's my tracks before? Yeah, it's somewhere here. Yeah, that's got to be my tracks in here. Doesn't look like anybody's been in here since I was here. I am so hungry right now. I didn't stop for a snack. I just kept moving. And I've got to do food shopping. I might. Just trying to take my gloves off. I might just go hit Sheets or something and get some food before I go food shopping, because that's always dangerous. So I saw that down at the other end one day. The cooperation of the Game Commission. Yeah, so we got a little bit of snow when I was out on a trail. Where's my brush? I think my snow brush is in the back. All right, I'm gonna brush off the Jeep, go get myself some food. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good snow hike, gotta love it. My pants are soaked, and they might dry off in the Jeep. The Liberties, at least the Liberties, I don't know about other Jeeps, but the Liberties have incredible heat in them. So I'll get that fired up and I'll be good. But I'm gonna get the Jeep cleared off and then go get some food. And then I gotta start planning what I'm gonna do for my actual plan for Christmas. That's gonna be fun. Hopefully this is a good sign of snow. Yay. All right, see you next.